Why I love to skate and the winner of the free socks. Why I love to skate. Sean here, Shop Task YYC. So super exciting for me to be here. Again, today I get to share a little bit more about myself and maybe articulate a little bit on why I love to skate so much. Now, there's a million reasons, but one of the big reasons is the nostalgia. For me, skating brings back so many good memories of growing up. Just those wonderful teenage and adolescent years of just being free, right? Such a good feeling, such a good time in my life. And for me, I truly grew up on skates. This past weekend, I was down in Lethbridge, Alberta. So I'm here sitting in front of my parents' house putting on my skates. There's a Shop Task sticker on the light post outside. Now, we'll kind of tour around Lethbridge a little bit and we'll see some of the spots where I grew up skating. Right here, we're at the Lethbridge Regional Hospital, where my mother worked for pretty much my entire life. She still works for the hospital now, but just in a different building, not exactly at the same spot. But this was, a few blocks from my house and lots of fun things to skate around. I first got a pair of skates. Well, let's rewind a little bit. The first time I tried a pair of skates, about 1992, a neighborhood girl had a pair of Wayne Gretzky Ultra Wheels, and she let me try them down at this basketball court. We'll see that in a little bit here. And the pavement was rough, it was terrible, but I was blown away. I couldn't believe that the skates actually worked. I could skate around, it blew my mind. I went home immediately, told my mom, I gotta get a pair of skates. Please, I need a pair of skates. Right here, I'm actually at the hospital where I was born. This is the St. Michael's Hospital in Lethbridge. She said, yeah, sure, Sean, it'd be great to have skates, but you need a place to use them. I'm sure they're awesome if you have a place to do it. I'm like, Mom, there's a tennis court 2 houses down from where we live, right across the street. I can skate there. It's too perfect. And I know it seems rough, but the wheels smooth it out. It's amazing. And then sure enough, I got a pair of skates that year for Christmas. This is the tennis court that was literally 2 houses down from where I grew up. So that Christmas, got a pair of skates, and I was down in this exact tennis court at 5 a.m. that morning. In Lethbridge, the snow kind of comes and goes. So even Christmas Day, I could be out skating. So there I was, skating right there, hockey stick in hand. My brother got a pair of skates that same year. Some friends got some skates. It was a good year. This is the basketball court where I first tried on a pair of skates. It was a lot smoother. It's a lot smoother today than it was when I first tried. They had redone it a little bit. And then just right as part of the tennis courts and stuff, there's this park. And that's where I learned how to stair ride. That set of stairs right there. Perfect set of stairs. When you're learning stair rides, if you can find a nice wide, kind of laid out set, that's the perfect place to do it. Here I'm kind of downtown Lethbridge. This building's actually one of the original fire halls. I'm sure that's where the fire trucks came from when I burnt down a neighbor's fence. Good memories. So, once I got a pair of skates, that was kind of it. I skated everywhere. I remember being in grade 5, bringing my skates to school, skating around at recess. Junior high, I would skitch cars on the way to school. It was the greatest rush ever. High school, I would literally go home right after class to do my homework so I could go skating for the rest of the night. It really was a big part of my life. Skating was my identity. It gave me a culture to belong to. People at high school knew me as the skater. I had sponsors when I was in high school, so it kind of gave me some prestige where I'd get to wear my cool Solomon gear to school, and I had the Solomon product testing team shirts on and that sort of thing. It really gave me an identity through those awkward teenage years and gave me an escape from, just that anxiety of growing up and being a teenager. It's hard growing up. So skating really gave me an outlet. You have all this energy, especially as a teenage boy, and you need something positive to do with it. So skating was my life. It was great. Here we're at the Galt Museum in Lethbridge. So this is one of the oldest buildings that I'm just rolling in off of here. And this was a pretty cool line. So do that drop in through here. This was a tricky little jump coming up. So onto the ledge, gap over to the fall edge, and have to duck underneath. There's a couple rocks here that I get to skip across in a fun little pattern. Awesome. So now, whenever, a young teenage boy or somebody comes into the shop and, their parents tell me like they saved up their money to get skates, I never charge them full price. I give them as many free things as I can. I try and give them a second pair of skates if I have a used pair that I can pass on to them that they can give to a friend so they have someone to skate with. So it's really important for me to kind of pass on everything that skating had given to me. Here I'm bombing down what we call the West Side Hill. So this is the width of a road, so you got lots of room to slalom back and forth. It is a big, long downhill. And this hill right here is pure joy. You can see me smiling. I'm really excited. I'm loving it. Bombing down this hill. I couldn't really put a speed on it, but you get going really fast. Lots of room to maneuver. At the beginning of the hill, I kind of missed it to point it out, but I was slaloming back and forth and trying to slide my wheels so I could find out kind of where I had grip and if I needed to slow down, if I could bust out a parallel slide. At this point though, I can see the bottom. I can see that there's basically no one in my way, so I'm just enjoying the speed and bombing down. Standing up, there's a kind of a headwind, so I could stand up and kill some speed, control my speed nicely with an air brake. And this is the sketchy part. We have to kind of skip onto this pedestrian bridge that crosses over. And of course, what goes down must come back up. And I'm at the top of the hill feeling like a champion. Excellent. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, geez, I almost forgot. The draw. So, in one of our last videos 2 weeks ago, I did ask people if they could post their shoe size or their skate size and measurements of their foot, and then a comment on the fit. I would take everybody's name that entered that information into the comment, and I would give a little draw to win those 2 pairs of socks. So I'm going to put the microphone down. And I went through, everybody's name is inside here, so we're going to draw the name to see who wins. And our winner is, there it is, Crush 753. So congratulations to Crush. I will send you a direct message through the YouTube account letting you know that you won and asking for your mailing information. I'll send those socks out to you. So thanks again for watching. Namaste. It's beautiful outside. Let's go skate.